Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be unboxing this freezer that was sent all the way from the UK to Nigeria. This took approximately 3 months for this freezer to get here. Yeah, as you can see, there were lots of sardines in this freezer. We had sardines that they sent in, and then we had perfumes. We had so many items. Basically, the things inside this freezer are mostly stuffs that are breakable and also stuffs that are, you know, household items and food items. Yes. So more sardines and everything. The thing about sending these things, or should I say shipping these things from the UK, is that it's actually really cheap. At this point, NEPA took light and I started sweating. It's not really easy. This unboxing thing. Well, curtains must be made. You know, right? Yeah. So more sardines. We had lots of the sardines. And in fact, we had so many because we had other bags that came in. Those bags are not really like no breakable stuff was there. These are hand gloves for the kitchen and also doing stuff around the house, maybe like laundry and cleaning. So the bags contain clothes. You can see the clothes, you can see the tomato puree, you can see the oyster sauce, that's for the stir fry, the fried rice, and all those other stuff. So the wines, we had like 3 or 4 cartons of wine in this freezer because it's safer in here than in the Ghana must go bags. This is actually a potato peeler. So I got this. I had already bought maybe the potato peeler before this got here, so I'm actually regretting a little. Okay, so these are still perfumes. There were lots of perfumes. These are medication, ibuprofen. Yeah, for pains and everything. I'm not really an ibuprofen person. More sardines. I prefer paracetamol. Yes, this is Colgate. My sister was like, "Oh, this is actually the original Colgate." I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay, you're saying something." She said, "Yes, this is the original Colgate. This turntable." Well, at this point, we had lots of clothes in this freezer and lots of wines. Like, what is in this bag is actually a wine, and then they used a cloth to wrap this wine so that it does not break maybe on transit. Look at the wine, a very expensive wine. You can see that, right? Woodford Reserve. The wines that I brought out there. Oh, more wines. We were just uncovering. That's like a glass cup. This is another wine, Nightingale. Another wine, Gallo family. Another wine. Because most of these clothes, what they did was they used the clothes to wrap these items so that they do not break. Because if one thing breaks, that's a perfume. If one thing breaks, it's going to like, spoil some other stuff. So they did very well with the packing. Nothing broke inside this freezer. I mean, not a thing. Everything came in intact. Other than the Ghana must go, we had a lot of broken items. That's clear honey. Yeah, my favorite. A lot of stuff broke in the bag because while they were coming, I don't know if they were fighting with the bag. A lot of stuff broke. But here, nothing broken, nothing missing. This is another wine. And this is actually a top. Another top. Another top. There was like so many clothes inside this freezer because what it was to do, that's a wine. That's a very, very huge wine. What the cloth was like, they used it. Oh, this is another pineapple crush. Yeah. They use the clothes to make sure that these wines do not, while on transit, do not, hit themselves and then maybe break. This is actually soy sauce. Yeah, I love it. My stir fry. And then we had lots of clothes. Yeah, another potato peeler. Mm. So this sunflower oil is actually a very healthy option. Yes, I know they're telling us not to eat vegetable oils, but I tell you that this sunflower oil is very healthy. You can also see the milk. I didn't like this milk. That milk is nothing to write home about. Look at the oil. I love it. They sent in two of those oils. That's a napkin holder. That's a body spray. You see that milk right there? It in fact, I can't even say, but nobody drank it. Like nobody wanted to drink it because it wasn't like a typical Nigerian milk. Yes, it wasn't like that. It was very watery, and we don't like watery stuff. So these are basically wine. These are 3 cartons of Black Doctor, and then the other carton in there is, you know, a very strong glass. A very strong beer glass. Omo, that beer glass, while we were washing it, it fell off and did not break. Have you ever seen something like that? Was incredible. And I was like, no wonder they shipped it, because I was like, we can possibly buy beer glasses here in Nigeria, but it was at that moment that I knew that beer glass day, it didn't break. I was so amazed that a glass could actually fall on a tiled floor and not break. They were strong, I tell you. So that's basically everything that was in the freezer. There's some parts I didn't film, maybe when I was taking calls, but that's everything. Yeah. Thanks for watching.